Peace, y'all. This is Amani Will with Inner Equity Coaching in the Hood Hippie universe. Here today with the sun and moon and this God, us, behind us. And I want to explore with you in meditation some practice with emptiness and fullness, two essential aspects of life that make up the fabric of the universe. Emptiness, holding space and offering contrast to form, form, filling and offering contrast to space. Us always dancing within, as, and between emptiness and fullness, contraction and expansion, openness and closedness, form and transforming into no form, into new form. And we live in a world that's really devoted to keeping us attached to fullness while also keeping us empty, so that we keep pursuing a filling of the emptiness that is our nature and keep us disconnected, empty of a fullness that being in tune with our emptiness would allow. Yeah, it's a straight fucking, there's some wild shit right there. So we're not gonna get all into all that I just said, but you know what I mean. I just want to invite you into a simple practice and invite you to notice what this practice can do throughout the day if you return to it. This is for loneliness. This is for depression. This is for overwhelm. This is for all the symptoms of being out of balance with space, with our emptiness, with the essence of who we are and what this is, and being out of balance with being filled when we tap into that essence, to that source that comes from an emptiness. And when we move full of that essence. So find your breath. Notice the air around you. We may think of the space around us as being empty, but literally the space that I'm moving my hands through is so full of so many things. And one of the most important things to me that it's full with is breath, is oxygen and carbon dioxide, amongst other things that my body needs once every minute or so to stay existing. So that which we may think of as empty is actually full of some of the most essential qualities of this life. So just feel that. Notice any part of you that was not really paying attention to the material, to the phenomena, to the essential nature of the air around you. And notice it. Notice that it gives you life. When you breathe in right now, it literally is replacing life force in your body. Can you feel that and receive it and integrate it and embody it? And just take a few moments to really just focus on that part. Focus on the inhale, being full of life, renewing your life as you breathe in your body. Feel the sensations, the physical experience, the physical impact, the feedback of receiving new life in your body. And just allow your body to respond to the impacts of this new life. And see how closely you can follow the breath from around you, past your nose bridge, through your nostrils, through your throat, all up into your body, down into your lungs, down into your belly and your back and your sides, down into your pelvic bowl, down all the way to the bottom of your feet, up all the way to the top of your head, through your hands. The direct pathway may just lead to your lungs, but as soon as you receive in your lungs and breathe out, that oxygen is sent everywhere in your body. And see if you can feel that in one movement with that breath. And as you continue to focus on this inhale, I want you also to notice the emptiness, the space, the pathway for the breath to come into your body. And that until that breath is there, there's emptiness, there's a space that is a bank for that breath that is holding form for the air to come fill it. Can you feel your form, the warmth of your form, the strength of your form, the weight of your form wrapped around the passageways, the emptiness where the breath fills? And can you feel the fullness from the breath as you breathe in? Feel the space the breath actually takes up in your body. Feel your body stretch. Feel the pressure of the breath against the parts of your body that it's expanding. And then as you exhale, notice the renewed emptiness. Notice the relaxation naturally of your muscles, of your body, as it is no longer holding or being pushed against or stretched, opened by that breath. Feel the return to the emptiness that was there without the breath. And take a moment between exhales and inhales and the breath turn to really let yourself rest in that release and that relief and that emptiness. Receiving the life from the breath, being filled with new life, giving that life back to the world and to those who gave it to you, to the plant beings, and resting with that new life, taking a moment before you take in more new life. And just stay here, being kind, bowing to any thoughts that come, bowing to any thoughts that the sounds that come, to any other phenomena outside of you, and just returning your attention, prioritizing right now this inhale and this exhale, prioritizing feeling the contrast of the breath as it fills the empty passageways in your body that take the breath, and the form that wraps around the breath, feeling the expansion and the fullness that happens with the inhale in all parts of your body, and feeling the release and relief, the closing, the emptying that happens with the exhale. Just cycle through that. Noticing each of those aspects. Being impacted by this process. Noticing the emptiness and the fullness, both in the cycle, the fullness of the inhale, the emptiness of the exhale, and also noticing the emptiness that receives the inhale and the fullness that wraps around the inhale and holds the inhale, the body, and the breath passageways. Noticing the fullness in the reverberation after the exhale. Can you feel energy emanate through your body that you've just received this new life, even in your emptiness? How does that emptiness in the breath turn after the exhale actually allow a contrast for you to feel what would be harder to feel while you're breathing in, while you're breathing out, while you're full with breath? Allowing any parts of you that have been racing, that have been overwhelmed, that have been juggling so many things, really relish, give that moment after the exhale to them. Notice a moment of stillness, a moment of emptiness, a moment in between. The more we give ourselves these micro moments, the more we grow them as foundational in our lives and our beings. Take these moments right now. That brevity grows into longevity if we let them. And for any part of you that's been feeling empty or disconnected from purpose or community, who's been feeling disconnected or lonely, take this moment to be filled and let the life force fill you up. And note, I am full. I am connected in breath to all of life. I am spending a moment with Amani Will, and I feel connected to this practice and to him. I can feel the life force that is all around me, that is coming into my body and giving my body life right now. And look at me, I'm receiving it and I'm full of it. Thank the trees and the phytoplankton that exhale this life force, this essential nutrients to us. And just take a few more moments for now, being filled with that breath, noticing the path the breath takes through your body, the emptiness it travels through, the way your body houses it and holds it and receives it. Noticing the emptying of the breath and the space that is left in your body, the release that happens in your body naturally if you allow it. And that moment in between breaths, inhales and exhales, of fullness and of emptiness. And notice this moment that you've just taken, however long this has been, where you sat and you spent time with this. Maybe you didn't physically sit, but you spent time with yourself and with a practice and with some emptiness and some fullness, and found something because you stayed long enough to make it here. And just amplify that too in your awareness that you are the kind of person who takes time to give yourself space to be with yourself, to be well. Yeah. you do that. And receive that from yourself too as a part of your core identity. I'm that type of cat. I love myself like that. Even if this is your first time. It's true. You just did. And invite you to keep throughout your day coming back to this practice. So just noticing the breath in this way, taking time with emptiness and fullness, and to balance them with themselves, with each other, and with yourself, and with your life. And if you need more of one or the other, just spend time focusing on one or the other. If you're feeling really full, just focus on the empty aspect of this. If you're feeling empty, focus on the full aspect of this, or befriend emptiness or befriend fullness through focusing on one of the aspects or both and weaving them together. Play with it. Let me know how it goes. Blessings to both your fullness and your emptiness. Thank you for your life. Thank you for taking this time with me. Peace, family.